Back when you and I were young, we're talking around 4 or 5, I first watched a show on Netflix called Cosmos, the one with Neil deGrasse Tyson. That show opened my eyes to the beauty of space. Up until recently, I wanted to major in astrophysics. If Cosmos didn't exist, that may have never happened. That show's influence on me carries on to this day in the books I read, movies and shows I watch, games I play, and the things I enjoy. Cosmos was a show I watched over and over until eventually they took it off Netflix. I was sad, but at that point I could watch other content based on astronomy on YouTube. I learned about things I couldn't even understand half the time, like neutron stars, white dwarfs, quasars, exoplanets, and more. Now, I know this is just solidifying how much of a massive nerd I am, but I admit it, I am an absolute space nerd. This love for space brought me to my favorite genre of video game, space sims. Starting with Elite Dangerous and a year later to Star Citizen, the past 2.5 or so years are largely made up of me playing these two games, as well as 2 other sandboxes, Universe Sandbox and Space Engine, on the side. Of course, I play and played other games, but these were my favorites. All because of one show I watched as a kid. Even still, I may minor in astrophysics. Nowadays, I'm planning on majoring in computer sciences, specifically hardware, but that's not what this video essay is about. So then, what even is Cosmos, other than, obviously, a show? Cosmos, at least the show I'm talking about currently, released in 2014. With host Neil deGrasse Tyson, an incredible speaker with a master's in astrophysics, the show was a hit, scoring a 9.3 out of 10 on IMDb, with reviews saying, quote, "Cosmos, a Spacetime Odyssey is absolutely worth a watch. It is entertaining, heartfelt, absorbable, and most important, educational," end quote. Cosmos brought the viewer through time and space, from the creation of our universe, to the first telescope ever created here on Earth, to the distant nebula and galaxies that we still know so little about 8 years later. Cosmos captured adolescent and mature audiences alike, with its combination of beautiful effects and 3D-like 2D animation. Neil would take the viewer through the cosmos in his futuristic spacecraft called the Imagination, the full name being Ship of the Imagination. A sleek, oblong, reflective vertical craft with a massive canopy window and 2 screens above and below. Ignoring the fact that this spacecraft is not only capable of shrinking and growing infinitely, it also has the power to blow up stars and survive the Big Bang. Yes, that did happen in the show. Neil also taught viewers about the history of the solar system, and more specifically, Earth. And I don't mean the bit that we humans made, I mean Earth. The entire universe. From creation to now. It puts a beautiful perspective on just how short we've been around. If, on this theoretical calendar that he made, January 1st at 12 o'clock was the Big Bang, and right now was December 31st, 11:59:99, Earth would have been first formed on March 15th. However, it wouldn't be until mid-September that our solar system stabilized, and Earth as we know it becomes less of a lava hellscape and more of a semi-hospitable rock with small traces of life. This is also around the time that scientists think Venus and Mars had habitable environments and possible life. It wasn't until 14 seconds ago, on this calendar, that the first humans were even born. 14 seconds. To quote Neil, "Every person you've ever heard of lies right in there. All those kings and battles, migrations and inventions, wars and loves, everything in the history books happened here, in the last seconds of the cosmic calendar." Well, I know I did not touch nearly as much as I should have on how this personally affected me. I'm sure you can see how it did. If you know me in person, a lot of these things are things that I am absolutely astonished by and just love. However, I am very tired and have a lot of editing to do, so thank you for listening to my video essay. I hope to see you again, and goodbye.